Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session on today's health talk. It's another series on the Wellness by Design health talks. Today we'll be talking about your second brain, the gut health explained. You know, when we talk about health, oftentimes we think of the heart, we think of the brain, maybe we think of the lungs, but we don't ever think of our gut. So today's session is going to be quite interesting and revealing for a number of us. So welcome again. My name is Judy. I'm a pharmacist and I'm a health coach. I'll be your anchor for this evening. You're going to find out why your gut is referred to as your second brain. You're going to see that your
No, mommy.
gut is responsible for your mood. That helps to heal us. I'll just ask all of us to please stay muted so that there'll be no distractions. So I'll be muting everyone to ensure there is no distraction as we go on. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm going to start with some questions, Please have your pen and paper and jot down your answers. So which of the following sentences describe you? Can be one, can be more than one, it can be all. Do you often feel bloated after meals? After you have eaten, do you feel bloated? Or do you battle with constipation or diarrhea? A number of people I know, you know, suffer from constipation. They don't go to the toilet for 2 days, some 3 days, even more. Do you feel tired despite sleeping? You wake up from sleep and you are still tired. Does it happen to you sometimes or all the time? Do you have this craving for sugar frequently? You want to have sweet things. You want that sweet taste in your mouth, or you want to take all these sugary drinks, fizzy drinks, and all. Do you have cravings? Do you often feel anxious or stressed? These are questions you need to ask yourself. Then, how often do you catch cold? Every time it rains,
Yeah.
when the rainy season now, do you always catch a cold? Do you always catch a cold when it rains? Sometimes you experience brain fog. You can't think straight. You can't remember why certain things are done. You can't remember what's going on. Or you struggle with a low mood. You just find yourself being moody and you're struggling. Do these things happen to you? You see, sometimes when these things happen to us, we treat them independently. We have constipation or diarrhea, we take something to help our boil. We feel tired, we look for something to pep us up. We have a cold, we're looking for the next antibiotic to take. But you see, these symptoms, even though they may seem unrelated, many of them begin in the gut. Many of these symptoms begin in the gut. They may seem unrelated, but believe me, they begin in the gut. So it's interesting. Let's stay together and explore these things. So instead of treating all these symptoms as individuals, let's begin to think of them as things that are twisted together, that are related, and what brings them together is the gut. We're going to see how that happens. Now, I'm sure a lot of us did not know that our body is more microbial. There are more microbes in our body than we think, much more. Do you know that your body contains approximately 30 trillion human cells? That's not the big news. The big news is that the microbes in your body, the microbial cells in your body are 38 trillions. Are 38 trillion. So we have more microbes living in our digestive tract than all our human cells together. Is that not amazing? So our body is really a network of microbes. The different microbes that exist in our body are beneficial bacteria, viruses, fungi, yeast, and the list goes on. The difference between the human cells in terms of quantity, quantum, and the microbial cells is 8 trillion. Begin to figure that out, begin to wrap your head around that. Together, they form the gut microbiome. I'm trying to lay a foundation now so that we understand why this thing is so important. So why is the gut called our second brain? Why? The gut is called our second brain because it has its own independent nervous system called the enteric nervous system. So the nervous system for the gut is quite independent from our central nervous system. And this ENS contains more than 100 million nerve cells lining from the esophagus to the large intestine. There are many nerves running around. I will continue to mute us, as please stay muted as you come in to prevent distractions. So that there are more nerve cells in our gut than in our spinal cord. Many a times when we think of our nerves and nerve cells, we always refer to the spinal cord. Oh, the spinal cord is very sensitive. If anything touches it, it's a problem. Now imagine that you have more nerve cells running in the ENS. So it's a complex pathway and it can operate on its own. It can operate on its own, independent of the brain. It can regulate digestion without taking instructions from the brain. One thing about our gut, did you know, for instance, that the small intestine, it keeps moving? There's this peristaltic movement. It's never at rest. It keeps moving. Even if the connection from the brain is cut, the gut can still function. It can still function. It can still digest food. It can still remove waste. It can still release hormones. So the gut really is our second brain. It also makes our mood chemicals. Things that are responsible for us when we feel happy, when we feel sad, when we are feeling moody. About 90 to 95% of the body's serotonin is made in the gut. And serotonin is the feel-good hormone. So next time when you see somebody who is feeling grouchy and not so happy, query the person's gut. Maybe there's something going on there. How about dopamine? The hormone that is responsible for motivation and focus. So if we have people around us that are not motivated, that are not focused, we really got, including GABA, the hormone for helping us to feel calm and reduce anxiety, even melatonin for sleep. So now when you see people who have poor sleep habits, or they say, oh, I can't sleep, I can't fall asleep, and all of that, I don't have restful sleep, query the gut. People that can't seem to focus, they can't focus on anything, query the gut. The gut is so, so important. So when people say, trust your gut feeling, it is real. The gut is sending signals. The gut is sending signals to us, and we need to pay attention. Now, let's take a look at the gut-brain highway, because there's a super highway, right? Connected from the brain to the gut, direct. Imagine a highway from, let's say, Lagos to Abuja, direct, dual carriageway. So the gut and the brain, they are in constant contact. They keep on talking to each other. They never stop talking. Communication occurs through several pathways. The number one is through the vagus nerve, and that is the longest nerve from the brain, connecting the brain to the digestive system. If you cut that nerve, a lot of things will go wrong. In fact, the body will no longer function properly. Also, the hormones, part of the way the gut speaks to the brain. These are messengers that are produced by the gut and the brain. They keep on interacting, even the immune system, even the gut microbiome. So there's a connection, there's communication between the gut and the brain. And that communication must remain clear for us to function very well. You see, like I said, the gut never stops talking to the brain. They are always in contact. It's a two-way street. The gut will say to the brain, I'm inflamed. It's giving information. It will say, I'm stressed. To say, I'm hungry. When you feel hunger, it sends signals to the brain. When you feel stressed, it sends signals to the brain. And of course, the brain responds. Oh, I'm anxious. Have you noticed that when you are anxious, you feel funny in your tummy? Yes, digestion slows down. The brain asks the gut to slow down digestion. That's why stress gives you stomach ache, and bad gut gives you brain fog and mood swings. So the two are related. When you are stressed, it gives you stomach pain. And then when you have your gut is not balanced, it's not in sync, it gives you brain fog. So the gut and the brain, they are connected. There is a super highway. Now, the gut is not all about digesting food. The gut does a whole lot more. It does more than just digesting food. It helps to absorb the nutrients. It will digest and absorb the nutrients. It helps to produce certain vitamins, like most of the B vitamins are produced in the gut. So you can imagine if the gut is unhealthy, we lose the capacity to produce the B vitamins. Even vitamin K that protects the heart is produced by the gut. The gut supports hormonal activity. It maintains immune balance. It protects against harmful effects. The gut has so many things it does apart from digesting food. It even affects energy production and supports healthy aging. So now, when you look at anyone holistically and things do not seem to be balanced, query the gut. Query the gut, because even 70% of our immunity is in the gut. So we must take care of the gut. Healthy digestion is the foundation of whole body wellness. Healthy digestion is the foundation. We have seen how it affects different parts of the body. Now let us see how the gut is the headquarters for whole body health. We've seen what it does. It does more than just digest food. But let's take a closer look. On the brain, how does the gut contribute? It produces neurotransmitters, precursors, and communicates via the gut-brain axis. So the gut contributes to the brain. The gut contributes to the immune system. How? It houses a large portion of immune tissues, which helps regulate our immune response. So if anything happens to the gut, our immune system is affected. How about the endocrine system? In the production of hormones, the gut is involved. Whether it's for appetite, whether it's for metabolism, whether it's for blood sugar. So when you see somebody with sugar issues, query the gut. How about the cardiovascular system? The gut produces compounds that influence heart health. In fact, vitamin K2 that is produced in the gut is known as the vitamin that protects the heart. So you see, the gut is very important. How about for the skin? Nutrient absorption and immune regulation can affect the way the skin appears. So when you see somebody's skin that is flaky, that is dry, that is wrinkled, query the gut. Part of the muscles, it provides the amino acids, the vitamins, the minerals that are needed for repair and for performance. So you see, the gut, the way it's even, the gut itself is responsible for so much of our body activities and our body system. It is very important. It is central to it. So let's begin to shift the way we think, because we believe that, oh, everything is about the heart. Yes, the heart is very important, but have a healthy heart and have an unhealthy gut, and you'll find out that there's a whole lot of problems. So the health of every organ begins with the health of the gut. So our gut health, let's now begin to look at our gut health differently, because every part of the body is affected by our gut health. Now that we have seen why the gut is called the second brain, let's meet the community that makes it so powerful. We've been talking gut, and microbiome. Let's take a closer look. Let's take a deep dive. You see, what I'm trying to do here is such that at the end of today's session, I won't say you begin to respect your gut, but you begin to understand the importance of your gut and take better care of the gut. So what is the gut microbiome? The gut microbiome is the vast community of microorganisms that live in our large intestine. What do we have there? We have bacteria, which is the largest group of microorganisms in our gut. We have fungi, yes. We have viruses, but these are harmless, so these are beneficial viruses. We have archaea, one of the most ancient microorganisms, and there are so many other microscopic organisms that live in the gut. Together, they form the ecosystem. Now, this microbial colony that we have in our gut, right? It weighs between 1 to 2 kg, the same weight as the brain. Can you figure that? The microbes that we have, the trillions of microorganisms, when we gather everything together, if they are harvested and put together, they weigh between 1 to 2 kilos. So think of your gut as a city with billions of tiny workers, each playing their own role, because all these microorganisms, whether they are bacteria, fungi, viruses, or whatever they are, they all have the role that they are playing in the gut for our total wellness. So let's look at our gut like a thriving garden. Let's look at it as a thriving garden. The good bacteria are the healthy plants. The food we eat is a fertilizer for these good bacteria. Our lifestyle habits, talking about lifestyle, proper nutrition, sleep, hydration, exercise, and all of that, they are the gardeners. They weed, the things that are not necessary. And harmful bacteria and yeast are the weeds. So if you look at this thing closely, it means that if we have good lifestyle habits, we can take care of the harmful bacteria in our body. It means that if we eat properly, if our diet is good, then we can feed the good bacteria. So everything is intertwined. Let's not look at them separately. So if you consistently feed the good plant and remove the weeds, the garden flourishes. And what is that garden? That garden is our gut microbiome. If you neglect the garden, weeds quickly take over. So what's the key lesson here? Your daily habits determine which microbes thrive or not. Your daily habits. As we go down the line, we will see the wellness habits that we can use to ensure we have a thriving gut. So what do these healthy bacteria do? What do they actually do? What do they actually do? They perform a lot of essential tasks. Many. They help to digest some fibers. There are some fibers that we consume that we cannot digest. So we need these microorganisms to digest them. They help to nourish the cells in the colon. When fermentation happens, these short-chain fatty acids are produced. So it helps for digestion, it helps to line the colon, to protect the colon. It supports the absorption of certain minerals, like calcium and magnesium. These things are absorbed in the gut. So if our gut is not healthy, there's a problem. Yes, we have seen that the production of vitamin K, which is for protecting the heart, and the production of many B vitamins. In fact, most of the B vitamins, apart from B12, is produced in the gut. It helps to crowd out harmful microorganisms by competing for space for nutrients. So the more we have the good bacteria thriving, then the bad bacteria goes down. It also helps to maintain a healthy intestinal barrier and support healthy immune response. So these bacteria, they are very, very useful. They are very, very useful. Without beneficial bacteria, many of our body's process will become less efficient. And that is where, that's where wellness comes inside. Wellness is ensuring the proper functioning of your body. We're not talking of health now, which is absence of disease. No, we're talking of wellness now. Yeah. And when you're thinking of wellness, the health of the gut is paramount to wellness, because without beneficial bacteria in the gut, many normal body processes will become less efficient. And it will start popping up like different diseases, different challenges here and there. So what are those things that harm the gut microbiome? Our modern lifestyle. We cannot overemphasize the fact that this our modern lifestyle is doing us a whole lot of harm. Eating highly processed foods, We eat so much processed foods, excess sugar, excess alcohol. These are part of the modern lifestyle practices that are hurting us. Smoking, poor sleep, chronic stress, frequent and unnecessary use of antibiotic. In fact, this is
Frequent
killing a lot of people.
unnecessary antibiotic use.
This is
Mhm.
killing a whole lot of people. People are taking antibiotics without prescription. They just go ahead and consume it. These things will destroy both the good and the bad bacteria. Physically inactivity too. People are very sedentary. All these are factors that we are living with that we call modern lifestyle. We need to jettison most of these things. Low intake of fruits and vegetables is also part
Now,
of
as I go outside, I saw him. I said, hey, someone is sitting.
So every choice either nourishes or disrupts the gut ecosystem. So next time you want to consume something and you have it, you're ready to eat it, ask yourself, will this promote my gut or will it harm my gut? Once you answer that question for yourself, then you can proceed. Now, what are those things that feeds the healthy microbiome? What are those things that the gut likes? These are most of the things that many of us do not like. Include more leafy vegetables, green leafy vegetables, colorful veggies, the carrots, the peppers, colorful veggies, fruits. Fortunately, in this part of the world, we have fruits all year round. Beans and legumes, these are rich in fiber, whole grains, nuts and seeds, garlic, onions. In fact, do you know that garlic and onions have prebiotic properties? Yes. And this helps to feed the good bacteria. Banana and oats. Oats now is becoming so very popular. People are taking it as cereal, people are using it as swallow, people are using it as thickening for different kinds of foods. It's very good. So these are things. The more diverse your plant foods, the more diverse your microbiome is likely to become. So we should eat more of plants, you know, plants from the farm, and less of foods that are made in the plants that are factories. Let's go organic. It's possible for us to do that. So let's see how the gut now influences our mood, our immunity, energy, and disease. Because initially we've seen that it's implicated in almost every process in the body. The gut produces happiness chemicals like our serotonin and all that. It helps to regulate these very, very important neurotransmitters. Approximately 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut. So if you see somebody who is not happy, somebody who is always cranky, query the gut. What does it do? It helps to regulate mood. Serotonin helps to regulate mood. It helps us to sleep. It helps our appetite. It helps digestive movement. The gut also produces dopamine for learning, for reward, for motivation. So when you see somebody who cannot focus, query the gut too before you start querying any other thing. What of GABA? GABA supports relaxation, calmness, and stress regulation. Is the gut not just wonderful? Now, a lot of us are now beginning to understand how certain things now, how we can manage certain things without necessarily rushing to the hospitals. Let's ensure that our gut, first of all, is healthy. When the gut is healthy, then you will see that most of these symptoms and signs that we are looking at, we have taken care of them. Yeah. I think I missed a slide. Okay, no, I didn't. So the gut houses much of your immune system. 70% of the body's immunity is associated with the digestive tract. 70%. So if you have people that have low immunity, whose immunity is compromised, who when it rains, they're always feeling cold, they're always coming down with flu and things like that, query the gut. The gut helps the immune system to recognize harmful organisms. And of course, when it recognizes harmful organisms, it takes care of it. It ignores the harmless substance. So it is selective. It deals with the harmful ones and it ignores the harmless ones. It prevents unnecessary inflammation and produces protective antibodies. So the gut has ability to sort through. It knows what is harmful and it knows what is not harmful. So a healthy gut means a better immune response. Now, let's look at the gut health and energy production. Each cell, every cell depends on nutrients that are absorbed from the digestive tract. Every cell in our body, whether it's the cells of the eye, the cells of the ear, the cells of the heart, the cells of the leg, they all depend on nutrients absorbed from the digestive system. So if the digestive system cannot absorb, if there is poor absorption, there's a problem. It may reduce energy because we have to absorb the food that we are eating for it to be converted to energy. So if there is poor absorption, there's a reduction in energy production. Poor gut health may reduce energy because poor nutrient absorption, digestive discomfort, sleep disorder, chronic inflammation, sugar fluctuations. Everything goes back to the gut because we have to absorb that food. So no matter how balanced the diets that we're eating, no matter how nutrient dense the food we are eating, if it is not properly digested and absorbed in the gut, we don't have the value and our energy will be low. The following essential nutrients are also absorbed through the gut, like iron, B12, folate, magnesium, protein. The gut is important too. In fact, it is the gateway into the bloodstream to carry nutrients and distribute around the body. So if there's a problem with the gut, then it's a problem. What of blood sugar balance? The gut microbiomes help influence appetite, hunger hormone, fullness signals, sugar regulation, insulin sensitivity. The gut is powerful. How about for a healthy weight? Research suggests that the gut bacteria may influence appetite, food cravings, energy extraction from food, fat storage, and weight regulation. All in the gut. Sugar wahala, balancing the sugars. Our appetite, sending signal to the brain when we are hungry. And of course, the brain sending signal to tell us, okay, you've had enough, you are full. There's that gut-brain superhighway. How about the skin connection? Healthy skin often reflects internal health. People whose skin are clear, are plump, are glowing. When you see them with people with glowing skin, it gives you an idea of the health of the gut. Poor gut health has been associated with acne, eczema, and a whole lot of skin sensitivity. So you see, we must keep the gut clean. That's why there's a saying that death to die begins with a dirty colon. So we must ensure that our colon is clean, our gut is clean and healthy. How about healthy aging? Healthy aging depends on efficient nutrient absorption. Nutrients are absorbed through the gut. Healthy immune function. We've seen that 70% of our immunity is in the gut. Muscle maintenance, reduce chronic inflammation. This inflammation, there must be a balance. And of course, healthy metabolism. So the gut does a lot more than just digest food. It does much, much more than just digest food. It is responsible for a whole lot of activities in the body. We must take care of our gut. Now, in taking care of our gut, let's just look at how lifestyle can affect our gut, because that is the low-hanging fruit. The first thing is we should eat more fiber. We've been hearing, yes, carbohydrates, protein, fruits and vegetables, vitamins, and this and that. Now, let's begin to speak fiber. We need to eat more fiber because different fibers nourish the different groups of bacteria in our gut. We have seen that we have over 38 trillion microorganisms in our gut. We need fiber to nourish them. When fiber reaches the colon, the beneficial bacteria ferment it to produce substances that nourish the cell linings of the colon, that helps maintain intestinal barrier, that support healthy inflammation and contributes to digestive health. So let's eat more fiber. Let's make it a lifestyle. A few people that have coached, when we talk of fiber, they say, oh, which Nigerian food contain fiber? A lot of our foods contain fiber. Beans, whether we're eating it as boiled beans or as moi moi or akara, that akara in moderation because of the frying is rich in fiber. Sweet potatoes is rich in fiber. Unripe plantain, oats, brown rice, garden eggs, ugu, even ube, that is our pear, is rich in fiber. We should consume more fiber to help our gut. Once we help our gut, we are helping our overall wellness. Apples and oranges are fruits too that are also rich in fiber. Hydration is important. Hydration is essential for a healthy digestion. I don't know how much water you drink, but I know that whatever amount of water you are currently drinking, you can increase the quantity for more benefit. You can increase the quantity. I don't know how much water you are drinking, but please let us increase the quantity because water is involved in most of the digestive processes. Water is very, very important. Most of the digestive processes. It helps to soften the stool. So when it comes to constipation, once we take enough water, it softens the stools and it helps us. It supports regular bowel movement. We need to drink water. The fiber too will also help. Regular bowel movement. Ideally, if we eat 3 times a day, we should go to the toilet 3 times a day. But as adults, we've lost that habit. So at least we should go to the toilet, even if it is once a day, but every day. It aids digestion, it helps transportation of nutrients, it supports intestinal lining, and it maintains the overall body function. We need to hydrate. We need to drink water. Let's not only wait until when we are thirsty to drink water. Let us be intentional about drinking water. Hydration is very important. Look at some practical tips. Start the day with a glass of water. Yes, when you wake up in the morning, have some water. Drink water consistently throughout the day. Have little bottles of water around you or a flask of water around you so that you are drinking water intermittently throughout the day. Increase fluid intake during hot weather and physical activity. So when you are up and about and out there and the sun is high, drink water to help you to stay hydrated, to replenish the water that you are losing. And increase water-rich fruits and vegetables. We have lots of watermelon now. So let's do more of watermelon. Please, let's keep ourselves muted. Let's keep ourselves muted to avoid distraction. How about movement? Exercise for your microbiome. Let's not just look at exercise only to lose weight and keep fit and all that. Let us exercise for the gut. Regular physical exercise benefits the gut. Physical activity benefits the gut. It supports microbial diversity. Exercise. Let me just mute you. Yeah, the more we exercise, the more we have different strains and different types of microbes in our gut. It helps to improve flow of blood to the digestive system, movement when we exercise. It also helps to maintain a healthy weight, reduce stress, and promote sleep. These things, we don't buy them with money. They are available for us. Let us move. We are not trees. We are meant to move. So another recommendation, let's do at least 150 minutes of moderate to intense activity per week. I wouldn't say per day, per week. So even if we say, okay, let's do it 3 times a week, that could be like 50 minutes. No, 3 times a week, 50. Can do 50 minutes in a day. Or if I want to do daily, we can do 20 to 30 minutes movement in a day. So strength training at least twice weekly, because as we go older, we don't just need aerobic activities. We need strength training to ensure that our muscles don't collapse. We need to reduce prolonged sitting. We are very sedentary. We sit and sit and sit and sit. We need to reduce it and walk for 10 to 15 minutes after meals when possible, because we sit to eat our food. After eating, let's try and do some movement to even help to break down that our food and ensure that absorption happens. But just helping our body. How about sleep? Let us stop wearing lack of sleep like a badge of honor. We don't sleep. Sleep is so important. It's the time your gut repairs itself when we sleep. Sleep is so, so very important. Please, let us stop denying ourselves of quality sleep. Quality sleep allows the body to recover. It allows the body to recover. Today is Sunday now. Let us try and go to bed early today, because Monday we hit the ground and we are running. But some of us were hitting the ground running tomorrow morning and we are still exhausted from activities of the weekend. Poor sleep has been associated with changes in the gut microbial composition. Can you imagine? Poor sleep changes the gut microbial composition. So it means that if we sleep well, our gut microbial composition will be right. We've already seen that exercise helps with the diversity of this microbial composition. And we know that we need this diverse microbial composition because of the different types of activities in the body. Poor sleep increases hunger and cravings. Poor sleep. Poor sleep causes poor blood sugar regulation. It increases stress hormones. Cortisol, stress hormone, that is matter a different discussion altogether, causes a lot of issues. And it reduces the immune response. So please, let us sleep. It is important, not just for our beauty, but also to repair our gut, since our gut has been implicated in almost all aspects of our body's metabolism. So what do? Aim for between 7 to 9 hours of sleep nightly. Keep a consistent bedtime. If you go to bed at 10, keep it at 10. Don't go to bed at 10 today and go to bed at 12 tomorrow and go to bed at 11 the other day. Let it be consistent so that we don't confuse the body. Let's limit screen time before bed. Our phones, we should keep our phones away, like at least minimum 1 hour before we go to sleep, and avoid heavy late night meals. It's almost 8 now, okay, a few minutes to 8. I hope we don't have plans to eat swallow this night. Even if we are hungry, let's eat something light. We've seen that oats is very good. Why not? Do your oats. That's fiber that is good for the gut. Manage stress. Let's protect the gut by managing stress. Stress helps the gut in so many ways. It slows digestion, it alters the bacteria, it increases gut sensitivity, it worsens digestive symptoms, and it affects appetite. Let's manage stress. So you see all these lifestyle things that we thought were just okay, lifestyle things, to do one or two things. These things also affect. These things also affect the gut. So, healthy stress management. How do we manage stress healthily? By prayer, meditation, taking walks in nature, reading, music, meaningful relationship, even deep breathing. All these things help the gut. It's surprising. All these things help the gut. Managing stress. It doesn't just only help your heart, it helps the gut. And when the gut is well protected, our heart is protected. Remember, vitamin K2 is produced in the gut. So, protect your gut from unharmful harm. Avoid these habits: smoking excess alcohol, ultra-processed foods, taking antibiotics when they're not recommended, chronic sleep deprivation, and even sedentary life. Instead of doing those things, choose whole foods most of the time, as often as you can. Use medication responsibly. Responsibly. Don't go and take drugs that are not recommended for you. Stay physically active and prioritize rest. Prioritize rest. When we prioritize rest, it reduces stress and it heals the gut. Please, let's prioritize rest. Now I'm going to leave us with a checklist for our gut wellness. You can take a photograph of this or you can write it down. Ask yourself every day, did I eat vegetables? If you did, you mark it. Yes, vegetables are good for the gut. Remember, fiber is good for the gut. Did I include fruits? If you did, give it a check mark. If you didn't, go ahead and get it. Did I eat fiber-rich foods? This is for the benefit of the gut. Did I drink enough water? Remember, we must hydrate. Did I move my body? Movement is good for the gut. Did I manage my stress? Did I sleep well? Did I nourish my gut with healthy habits? All these things are doable. Every one of them is doable. This is a simple checklist that you can use to ensure that you are taking care of your gut. You need to be deliberate. Small habits, small habits, plus consistency, doing it on a daily basis will give us the results that we want. Your gut is shaped by what you repeatedly do and not by what you do occasionally. So you can pick one or two or everything and say, okay, let me start drinking more water on a daily basis. Let me make sure I have a set time for sleeping. All these things would help. Now, let's take a look at nutritional support for the gut. Because much as we have seen that lifestyle helps, nutrition is an important part of lifestyle. And there are already nutrient gaps that have been identified. So let's take a look at how Forever Aloe Vera Gel supports the gut. Now, what is aloe vera gel? It is the inner leaf, that is the transparent, succulent inner leaf here that we're looking at, not the outer part of it, the inner one. It has been preserved so that all the nutrients are made available to you. It contains ACE manner, it contains water, it contains amino acid, minerals, and vitamins. All these things are present in the plant, in the aloe vera plant. How does it support gut wellness? It helps with healthy hydration. We've seen that digestive tract depends on adequate hydration for efficient digestion and comfortable bowel movement. We want to ensure that we don't have constipation. It helps to soften the stool. Digestive comfort. Soft stool prevents constipation and dehydration. Aloe vera gel can help to do that for digestive comfort. How about the intestinal environment? Aloe vera gel contains ACE manner, is one of the polysaccharides in the plant that helps to support the gut function, whether it's hydration, immunity, gut repair, cellular protection, and all that. We've seen all of that when we're looking at the gut in detail. Aloe vera gel helps to support this thing. And nutrient absorption, it contains saponins to cleanse the gut. When the gut is cleaned out, the villi that are the, like call them now, the instruments for absorption are now exposed, and then you can absorb everything that we need, the vitamins, the minerals, the proteins, and everything from the food that we eat. And then for overall wellness, people that drink aloe vera gel are less bloated, they have more energy, better digestion, and their skin glows. So this is how the gel can support gut wellness. So because of the nutrient gaps in our diet, we bring in the aloe vera gel to help support us. And then aloe vera has prebiotic properties. So it is feeding the good bacteria in our gut and helping them to thrive. Another product that we'll look at is the Forever Pro-B. What is the Pro-B? It is a combination of 6 different strains of probiotics. These are life beneficial bacteria, the type of bacteria that are found naturally in the human gut, the lactobacillus and the bacteria that are found naturally in the gut. So why does it matter? It matters because it is beneficial in helping the microbial balance, in supporting the immune function, aiding digestion, and also to support uh, digestive regularity. So it's important because sometimes the number of people, you have more of the bad bacteria than the good bacteria. Yes, we can use fiber, diet, sleep, and all that to regulate it and to strike a better balance. But occasionally, we need things like the probiotic so that we can tilt the balance immediately in favor of the good. So, who are those that will benefit? People who have low uh, fiber diet, people who experience occasional constipation. These are the people that can benefit from the use of this probiotic. And of course, people that have finished taking antibiotics, because a lot of antibiotics are not even selective in their handling of the bacteria in the gut. So they deal with the bad bacteria and also deal with the good bacteria. So there's a deficiency. Now we need probiotic to to balance it up. So as we wrap up, what is the gut wellness formula? First of all, we see that is lifestyle. Lifestyle is important. It's a low hanging fruit. Lifestyle is important. And then we add supplements to it. So, in terms of the wellness pyramid, the lifestyle, like eating whole food nutrition, staying hydrated, physically active, quality sleep, manage our stress, and also healthy lifestyle habits. Then we add supplements to it, to supplement, to support. It's not taking away, we will not take away all these wellness lifestyle habits and just do supplementation alone. No, the supplements are to support nutritional support. That's where we have the aloe vera gel and the probiotic. And when that happens, we have better digestive wellness, more vitality, more energy, stronger immune support, and improved well-being. So it's a bit of the two. We do the lifestyle, which is the foundation. Then we do the nutritional support, which is the nutritional supplement. And the two of them together will give us what we want. So I always end with a challenge. In the next 7 days, can we do this? Drink more water, eat more vegetables, include more fibers in our food, walk at least 20 minutes, and sleep at least 7 hours. Let's practice when stress reducing activity. Let's chat it and then see how it is. Then introduce Forever Aloe Vera Gel and Pro B as part of your wellness plan. Can we do this for the next 7 days? And you'll be amazed at the result that you're going to get. In the next 7 days, I don't know the quantity of water you're drinking currently, but you can drink more. Let's drink more water. Let's be deliberate about eating vegetables and increasing the foods that we consume. We need to move, but not trees. We must move. We must move and reduce stress. So let's keep a journal or a notebook. Let's note our energy levels. We can start tomorrow morning. When we wake up in the morning, what level of energy am I waking up with? Check your digestion. Have you moved your bowel? What's your mood like? What was the quality of your sleep? Track it on a daily basis for the next 7 days, and that will give you motivation to go further. Small improvements can become powerful motivations to go further. If you don't track it, the little ones on a daily basis, you wouldn't even know what is working and what is not working. It's very important for us to do that. Yeah. So I would say that remember that health is not merely the absence of disease. No, that is not health. It is the presence of vitality, purpose, and the daily choices that allow you to live life at its fullest. That is what health is all about. Your second brain is always listening. The second brain, which is your gut. Feed it well by hydrating, by eating more fiber. Feed it well, care for it consistently by avoiding stress, by making sure we sleep well, and it will serve you faithfully for many years to come. Yes, it will serve you faithfully for many years to come. So thank you for your time. Thank you very much for being a part of today's series. of wellness by design. I'll take your questions now. If you have any questions, you can also unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, please. Let's do some. Let's discuss.